I'm with Mark from LDV, a name that you may be familiar with. I know certainly as a young lad, seeing LDV vans kicking about in my town down in the south of England. Been around a long time, Mark.
Yes, LDV were, I think, nearly 100 years old.
Wow.
So SAIC purchased LDV, unfortunately, after the collapse of LDV back in 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
SAIC Motors, who are the 7th largest manufacturers in the world, biggest in China. Last year they produced 6.93 million vehicles last year. They're joint ventures with GM, Volkswagen, Skoda, Iveco.
They're massive.
Massive player. One of the biggest in China and the 7th in the world. They're ranked 43rd in the top global 500 companies.
Good grief.
With assets in excess of 35 billion.
You're like a walking encyclopedia, man. Now then, we're standing by a Royal Mail van.
Yes.
Unremarkable in itself, except this one's not like any other Royal Mail van, is it?
It still remains as original red, which
Yep.
normally the most of LDVs see Royal Mail are a faded red today. So this is the first one in a nice shiny red. It's been wrapped live at the CV show last week.
Right.
It's the first electric vehicle, full electric, that's going into Mount Pleasant within the next 2 weeks on trial.
Wow. So this is the future now. This could be on your streets in the next 2 years-ish. What if it goes through trials and everything's good? Royal Mail might say, yeah, okay, we'll replace all our fleet with these things.
That'll be certainly a champagne moment. But these vehicles are available today.
So this is a, 3.5 ton, something like that?
Yep, it's a 3.5 ton vehicle, 3850 wheelbase.
Yep.
It's a payload of 1,000 kgs, so 1 ton payload.
Yeah.
We've got a 56 kilowatt battery. We've got a 100 kilowatt motor.
Yeah.
We've got charging both for DC,
Yeah.
CCS,
Yeah.
and also Type 2 at 7.4 kilowatts. So if you have single phase or 3-phase, whether it's rapid charge, slow charge, this vehicle can charge on either one.
My mind's already going to all of the white vans that deliver to our street, and there are tens of vehicles every day that come down my street delivering parcels. And I live on a quiet little estate, and I'm thinking, electric vans delivering parcels is brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, you cast your mind back to the milkman, the milk floats going back 60 years ago. You know, you never hear, you just hear this slight little whine of a vehicle going by and the rattle of the bottles. You know, the future is going to be electric vehicles.
So, the Royal Mail trial, how long's that for?
We're putting the vehicle in the Royal Mail for 6 months.
Right.
We have the vehicle already in trial with various companies for the last year. We've put the first 2 vehicles into Exeter, into IKEA, through unit movements, licensees for IKEA. We have FM Conways, just going into FM Conways after the show.
Yep.
And we have an endless list of customers who are just waiting to purchase.
What's the range on this thing? How far can it go?
The range of this vehicle is between 100 and 120 miles.
So is that kind of real world 80, 70, 80-ish, or is that...
Any of the trials that we've done in London, if you do the M25 belt and you're on the motorway with no traffic at 60, 70 mile an hour,
Right.
you will reduce the range. But as soon as you go off into urban conditions, the range will come back.
Right.
The last trial we done on the M25 belt, we lost about 18 miles on the motorway.
Yeah.
When we went through London, come back to Heathrow on the original trials, we ended back in the dealership with plus 4 miles. So it does balance out. And again, it depends on how much regeneration you're doing on the driving.
And the fact that it can be rapid charged as well if it needs to be. You can just rock up at a charger, plug in, half an hour,
You go in
job done.
most chargers, if you're 70%, it's free to top up.
Yeah.
So in realistic terms, you can bring the vehicle into a rapid charge, charge less than an hour.
What's the price of one of these beasties?
The price of one of these is 62.
Okay.
You're then available the OLEV grant. We're approved for the OLEV grant, so you get £8,000 off that.
Right.
So it brings it back to 54. If you're a company in Scotland, you can avail of the Energy Trust loan, 0%.
Yep.
So you get up to £35,000 at 0% interest on that. So I mean, the vehicle does become a very attractive vehicle to
Starts
purchase.
to cost in, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, if you're operating within London or congestion zones in London, if you're operating 6 days a week, you know, over the 5 years, you're looking at £17,500 just on congestion alone charges.
Yep.
Now, you look at fuel. So I mean, you're MOT exempt. You have no road fund license on the vehicle. Now, so there's many plus factors to this.
I love the catchphrase that you use. The future is now.
The future is now.
It certainly is, isn't it? And this is the future.
Yeah, we're not here showing vehicles that may be coming, or you know this. We've spent a lot of time with the factory developing a vehicle that ticks all the boxes, and to get a fine balance between the range, payload, and pricing. And that with surveys we've done in London with various customers, you know, if they say we can do 60 to 80 miles, they're happy a day. And again, we've got 100 to 120 mile range in this vehicle. And the most important thing for us, and telling the dealers when they're out meeting the customers, first of all, establish, is an electric vehicle a vehicle for you? That's number one.
It's not for everybody.
If it's not, please do not attempt to sell an electric vehicle. So that's number two. Number two then is to establish infrastructure for charging. So we've partnered with Elm in the UK, Electronics. They will go in and do a survey free of charge, discuss what your day-to-day operation is, whether you need to have a rapid charger or a slow charger, etc., and that make sure that the infrastructure is put in correctly beforehand.
You're a thorough man, aren't you? You do the job properly.
You have to.
Mark, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Bless you.